What is going on, Raptors Nation? It is Luca here, back with another video, back with a post-game video. Hope you're all doing well. The Tank Commanders, the Raptors, they were in full force in this one. As the Toronto Raptors, they have lost 8 of their last 9, and they drop another game, this time to the Los Angeles Clippers. The Raptors get routed. This one wasn't particularly close. As expected, I mean, the Clippers, they are the hottest team in all of the NBA. They're now 21-4 since December 1st. Unbelievable turnaround for that team. It really does feel like it's their year to finally break their curse and do something of substance in the playoffs. They led by as many as 21. We're going to talk about this one. Do me a solid, everybody. Hit a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new for more Raptors content just like this. So obviously the Raptors, they were not expected to win this one. I mean, they were a huge underdog as they were missing 2 starters to begin with. No Jakob, who remains out. Raptors have really missed him not being in the lineup. And then no Emmanuel Quickley. He is day-to-day right now. So the Raptors, they rolled out an unconventional lineup. They had Bruce Brown inserted with Thad Young, along with Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent Jr., and RJ Barrett. Scotty Barnes went back to being point Scotty for a bit. And you look at the Raptors in this one, they just got overpowered by a much more talented Clippers team. It's as simple as that. You look at this Clippers team, guys, so much star power. And they really are just such a handful to deal with. I mean, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, you got James Harden, you got Russell Westbrook from off the benches. He was spectacular. But, you know, you look at the Clippers, Paul George had 21, James Harden had 22. Kawhi really didn't have a typical Kawhi game in terms of his scoring output. He still had fantastic numbers in terms of his overall production. 16, 7, and 3, 2 blocks. He was a plus 11, very efficient from the field. But yeah, it was Paul George, James Harden, who cooked up the Raptors in this one. He had a triple-double. Harden was unbelievable. 22, 13 assists, 10 rebounds. He was a plus 27 game high in the plus minus. And then Russell Westbrook, we talk about this Clippers turnaround, and I give a lot of praise to Russell Westbrook because, you know, since moving to the bench, it has done wonders for this Clippers team. It's just made things flow way better for the Clippers. And you look at Russ, he's really taken on that bench role and run away with it. He had 20 in this one. And then it was another former Raptor who did damage. Norman Powell, 17 points, 6 of 13 from the field. He's just been unbelievable for the Clippers. Powell has really played consistently well. So the Clippers, they have so much star power. They're an offensive juggernaut, and this team is tough to beat. So the Raptors, they really stood no chance, especially when the Raptors only hit 6 of 32 threes. I mean, the Clippers didn't do much better from 3, and this is a team that likes to hit a lot of threes. They were 9 of 32, but you're not beating the Clippers shooting 18% from 3. Raptors were 45% from the field. They got outscored in the paint. And yeah, the Clippers, they just did a really good job of controlling the tempo of this game, playing to their style. They out-rebounded the Raptors 50-45. They got to the free throw line 24 times. As you look at the Raptors, Scotty Barnes did struggle from the field, but overall he was able to, you know, put together a 23-point, 5 rebound, 4 assist outing, was 9 of 21. Then you look at RJ Barrett, who I got to shout out RJ because he has been very consistent. He's only had really one bad game in his Raptors tenure, and that was that 4-point outing in that loss against the Jazz. So RJ's been very, very consistent, which has been good to see. He had 22 points, was 9 of 19 from the field, but 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Gary Trent Jr., once again, you know, shaky with his shooting. He did have 13 in this one, 5 of 13 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. And then Thad Young chipped in with 12. Bruce Brown had 9. He's probably not going to be a Raptor for long, as we know, with the rumors and all. Dennis Schroeder had 13 from off the bench. And then I also want to say that Grady Dick, he looks a lot more comfortable. And, you know, you look at Grady Dick in this one, guys, although he didn't hit a 3 of 7, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 defensive, had a nice offensive rebound, 1 steal, a couple of assists. Grady Dick did a lot of the little things well in this one. And, you know, it's nice to see Grady start to get more minutes. You know, he had 21 in this one. He's getting more comfortable with the system. So, obviously, the Raptors are in a rebuild. And quite frankly, they're in a tank right now, it seems, because this team, I mean, Darko alluded to it. They're not prioritizing wins and losses. Very clearly, they're not. It's all about player development. So, you are going to see stretches where the Raptors look borderline awful. But if you can, you know, have some positives while watching these games that isn't in the form of wins, like I alluded to in the podcast yesterday, those are things you got to look out for over this tough stretch. If the Raptors are going to lose, okay, did some positives happen? Did Grady Dick look good? Did Scotty, RJ have a good game? Did Emmanuel have a good game? So those are the things you're going to have to keep an eye out for, obviously, in what's looking like to be a very bad losing season for this team. But, you look at the Raptors in this one, we did say Nawara, he got 8 minutes of action. He didn't score. He took 3 shots, didn't make one. And then we did see Lewis at the end there just for 2 minutes. And he obviously didn't score. So, yeah, look, guys, it's going to be tough. It's definitely not going to be pretty basketball. I'm not going to sugarcoat things, but the reality with this team. The Toronto Raptors, they are not built to compete now. And, they've lost 8 of their last 9. And, this team is trending just in the opposite direction. Their schedule is going to be a lot harder from here on out. It's very clear. It's not about the season. It's not about next season. It's a slow moving process. And what I'll say is this, because I know there's a lot of fans who are still upset, hung up about, giving up an OG Anunoby and a Pascal Siakam. Look, I get it. At the end of the day, we're all fans and you grow attached to the players, especially watching them for so long. But you got to look at what this team is right now, and you got to understand, for as tough of a situation as it looks right now for this Raptors team, it was much needed. The Raptors needed to make those moves. They needed to embrace a rebuild and choose this direction. And it's going to get a lot worse, like I keep saying, before it gets better. But overall, don't underestimate what this Raptors young core can do and how good the future can look, especially if the Raptors go into this upcoming draft and they nail it, because it's looking likely, the Raptors going to bottom out here. They already got 3 picks. If they finish with the 6th worst record in the league, they'll have 45.8% chance of keeping their 2024 picks. You're talking about 4 picks in a draft. That's significant. I know many people are saying it's a weak draft, but I think that's a lazy take. You still have quality players in every single draft. You go back to the beginning of these drafts. There's an opportunity there. And when you have 4 picks in a draft and you can continue to develop the young players, that is, Barnes, Barrett, quickly, hopefully comes back soon, Dick, things are going to turn around. You just got to have patience. So, while I would have liked the trades to happen sooner than they did, I definitely agree with that take. People upset that these trades didn't happen as soon as they did. And, kind of Masai let things play out to what they became. I'm talking about just given the current state of the Raptors, given the current circumstances, Raptors had to make the moves. They did. It's time to fully embrace this rebuild. And again, it's not going to be pretty for the rest of the season. But if the Raptors can, make good on this upcoming draft, then there's that little light at the end of the tunnel that, can lead the way to a brighter future for this team. But yeah, it's not going to be easy, guys. I mean, the Raptors schedule not going to get any easier. I don't think anybody expected them to win this game realistically. And look, they had good bursts in this one, right? They had that nice third quarter where they were even keel with the Clippers. They made some runs. They did a lot of good things. Just about sustaining competitive play and, trying to look just a little bit more competent in some of these games. But again, you're going up against an NBA championship contender, so you knew it wasn't going to be close, and that was in fact the case. So the Raptors, they are 16-29. They fall to 10-13 at home, and yeah, Kawhi Leonard, for those of you keeping track, is now 8-0 against the Raptors since leaving Toronto. What were your takeaways from this game, guys? Let me know your reaction to the current state of the Raptors. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Plus, ring the bell for more. That is it for me. It's Lucas signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe.